Federal investigators mauled over every inch of the charred remains of this car and ultimately took the lives of 8 innocent travelers. The driver, 25-year-old Manuel Cruzado of Buffalo, New York, who's lodged in the Braxton County Jail, claims the brakes failed. The multi-car collision happened Thursday evening when Cruzado drove his rig through a restricted construction zone on I-79 and reportedly never acknowledged the waving flagman. Should there not have been a prepare to stop sign posted somewhere?
Well, the intention and the design of how we were operating was not to bring you to a stop, but to slow you to a speed that would make a comfortable ride across the area that was cut out. If you go up there, the traverse through the area, you can traverse it very comfortably at 50 miles an hour.
Manuel is charged with 8 counts of negligent homicide and, if convicted, could face up to 8 years in jail and $1,000 in fines. Wendy Griffith, WCHS-TV News 8, Braxton County.
Experienced highway workers know that this kind of accident can and does happen all too often. According to the FHWA, there is an average of 60 highway agency and contractor fatalities each year due to traffic accidents in work zones. In addition, many motorists are killed or injured in similar accidents. Drivers have long experienced difficulty in driving through construction work zones, especially short-term and slow-moving work areas. Some jurisdictions feel safety and traffic congestion concerns are so critical that they now only do maintenance on certain highways at night or after the entire road is shut down. Maintenance work is then conducted 24 hours a day until complete. After this accident, the National Transportation Safety Board recommended the use of audible devices, such as warning horns, to warn highway workers of the approach of erratic vehicles. It also suggested the installation of rumble strips at decreasing intervals to warn drivers of their high speeds in work zone areas. At most work sites, traffic, even high-speed traffic, is just a few feet away. Because of the constant danger, the Strategic Highway Research Program zeroed in on developing work zone safety devices, like those called for by the National Transportation Safety Board. Sharp's research has helped to develop products which make workers and equipment more conspicuous, improve productivity, reduce traffic congestion, improve communication with motorists so they will understand situations quicker and better, and of course, save lives of workers and motorists. Sharp Research and Development is organized into 6 categories: warning devices, portable speed bumps, delineation devices, lighting devices, signing and flagging devices, and barrier devices. Sharp conducted a national contest for new work zone safety product ideas. Ideas came from maintenance workers and others interested in highway safety. Researchers then developed the ideas following the same process for each device. First, they fabricated prototype devices. Then they tested them on a closed track. Next, they conducted open highway testing, followed by engineering evaluations. At the same time, they obtained approval for experimental projects which will hasten acceptance into the manual and uniform traffic control devices. Finally, they developed training and implementation packages. During testing, researchers examined the devices to determine if they were more visible, could be more correctly interpreted, or if they channeled motorists more effectively. In short, did the devices cause the kind of driver response they were intended to cause? Finally, researchers determined if the devices were easy for maintenance workers to use and protected them better. Now let's look at the devices that have been developed. Some are ingenious. Most mainly apply existing technology and common sense. An infrared intrusion alarm warns workers of errant vehicles. There are 2 units. A lightweight, easy-to-set-up detector is placed 300 to 500 feet from the work site, at the beginning of the work zone. It bounces a beam off a reflective strip on a cone. 2 switches and a button are all that is necessary to activate the unit. Then a receiver and siren are set up near the workers. If a vehicle enters the work zone and breaks the beam, the 120 decibel siren sounds. It provides at least 4 seconds for workers to clear the area. This model, employing an infrared beam, works in both rain or shine, and the device is waterproof. There is also an ultrasonic version. It requires no reflector, but will not work in the rain. For this version, the setup is similar, with the detector placed 300 to 500 feet from the work area. Another device making use of ultrasonic technology is the Q-length detector, designed to improve traffic flow and reduce motorist delay. Usually set up about a quarter of a mile from a work zone, the detector transmitter can be used in several ways. It can keep a line of cars or queue from stretching out beyond work zone warning signs. Keep cars from being backed up to an area where driver sight distance is limited, or from being backed up into a signalized intersection. In any scenario, it is used as a signal to a flagger to reverse traffic flow. When a vehicle is stopped in the beam's path for 15 seconds or longer, the device sends a signal to a walkie-talkie worn by a flagger. The device is lightweight, waterproof, and the sensor's range is 20 feet. The portable speed bump is designed to alert motorists to the presence of a work zone. It enhances the safety of flagging and other work zone operations. Made of durable neoprene rubber, the device weighs approximately 60 pounds and can be folded, making it easy to transport and store. It's designed to be placed at various locations upstream of a flagger, where it will give motorists a noticeable jolt and an audible rumble, alerting them to warning signs and/or the flagger. The latest version is narrower and easier to place. There are 2 delineation devices available. This direction indicator sign can be used on A-frame barricades or plastic drums. A checkerboard panel replaces the traditional, often misunderstood, diagonal striping. A choice of varying arrow panels allows workers to configure the device to the needs of the worksite. This device has several benefits. It's portable, durable, fast, and easy to set up. Most of all, however, the variety of arrow panels means fewer barricades in the inventory and an ability to adjust barricades on site to fit work conditions. The other delineation device is the opposing traffic lane divider. The dividers are designed to help motorists cope with unexpected traffic patterns. The most common is a crossover, to route traffic around a work zone. In these cases, traffic must be routed to a lane that previously carried traffic moving in the opposite direction. These dividers are small, lightweight, and easy to store. In addition, they are easy to place and pick up. The spring-mounted base allows them to bend when a car inadvertently runs over them and then pop back up. There are 2 new lighting devices: snowplow blade markers and diverging lights on the back of a truck. The blade marker lights clearly indicate the ends of the blade for motorists and snowplow drivers. The markers reduce accidents in which motorists hit the blade or the driver hits stationary objects. Each marker consists of 3 lights mounted on a 2.5-foot post. There is one at each end of the plow blade. The diverging lights device is designed to alert drivers to the presence of a maintenance vehicle. It creates the illusion that the driver is closing in on the maintenance vehicle faster than the actual closing rate, so that the motorist will slow down faster and avoid a rear-end collision. This device consists of an 8-foot by 14-inch panel with 6 lights mounted horizontally. The lights increase in size from the center out. They operate in 4 phases, with the last phase being no lights. Another 2 devices involve signs. At many work zones, flaggers have trouble attracting the attention of drivers. A new stop-slow paddle with flashing lights is much more visible, and in tests has resulted in more immediate recognition by drivers. The device has 2 high-intensity quartz halogen lights powered by 10 rechargeable D-cell batteries in the handle. A small switch on the side of the handle causes the lights to flash 10 times. Areas with restricted right-of-way, no shoulder, limited ditch areas, and other obstacles present problems for placement of temporary signs. This newly designed portable sign and stand solves this problem, and it folds into a compact, portable unit. Taking just a few minutes to erect, it adjusts to variable slopes and allows the sign to remain vertical. The sign itself is made of neoprene and can be rolled up and transported. In addition, the feet can be staked down to further prevent tipping on a steep slope or in the wind. The swivel attachment connecting the sign to the legs permits adjustment to just about any terrain. 15% of maintenance hours are spent in on-the-road, slow-moving activities. However, over 35% of all accidents involving maintenance activities occur during these conditions. There are two barrier devices for work zones that address this problem. The remotely driven vehicle, or RDV, is a dump truck modified to operate as a driverless shadow vehicle. The purpose of the RDV is to get the driver out of the cab in hazardous work zones where he is vulnerable to being hit from behind. When not used in the RDV mode, the truck may be driven like any other maintenance vehicle. Used either way, it retains normal functions like steering, brakes, gear shifting, and throttle. The RDV travels at speeds of up to 5 miles per hour and is controlled by a battery-powered transmitter. This is the control box used to run the RDV from up to 1,200 feet away. This bar is a safety switch. To operate the unit, you must keep your hand on this bar. If you would remove your hand, the unit would shut down. This knob on the left, if pulled back, applies the brakes. Push it forward to operate the throttle. The one on the right operates the steering. If you're steering to the right or left and you let go, it will self-center and return steering to straight ahead. The onboard control system is fail-safe and fault-tolerant with multiple levels of safety systems, including a kill button on the side of the vehicle so that any worker can stop the truck. It also includes ultrasonic collision sensors, protecting an area up to 10 feet away. The other innovative barrier device is a specially designed truck-mounted attenuator, or TMA attachment for a salt spreader truck. The new support structure has been modified to allow salt spreading equipment to operate between and below the attenuator and the truck frame. Many TMAs already owned by highway agencies can be used with this new support structure. Once in place, it helps protect spreader truck drivers and motorists from injuries in rear-end collisions while allowing salt spreading at the same time. The device can be used all year as well, and with it, the TMA can be raised for transport and movement around the maintenance yard. Another device which is undergoing further development is the portable crash cushion. It consists of 13 barrels mounted on a portable skid. Each barrel is filled with a predefined weight of sand. The crash cushion is easily deployed and picked up with a tilt trailer. The device has several uses, such as closing off one lane of traffic or protecting motorists from the blunt end of a temporary concrete barrier. Now let's summarize all the new devices. As we've seen, there are a number of exciting new safety devices ready for use in the workplace. Many of these devices can be used in the work zone in conjunction with each other, such as on this two-lane, two-way road, just before traffic will be channeled to one lane by a flagger. First, you'd probably see a queue-length detector. A queue-length detector warns a flagger if traffic is beginning to back up beyond acceptable limits. Placed ahead of the work zone would be the portable signs. Since the signs are vertical and more stable, the message is more quickly understood. One or more portable speed bumps further alert a motorist to the warning signs and the flagger. At the beginning of the work zone, the flagger can use the flashing stop slow paddle. At the start of the taper, direction indicator barricades will clearly steer motorists to a different lane. The arrows provide an unambiguous message concerning which direction to go. At the end of the taper, 300 to 500 feet ahead of the work site, is an intrusion detector. If a motorist enters the work zone, its alarm will signal workers still further away to clear the area. On an undivided 4-lane highway with two-way traffic, you may be using an opposing traffic lane divider. Also, several new lighting devices are available: the snowplow blade markers and diverging lights. New barrier devices include the remotely driven vehicle, or RDV, the truck-mounted attenuator, or TMA, and the portable crash cushion. There's no doubt that these and other new devices will make work zones safer. For more information on these innovative devices, contact Sharp at the number on the screen. After March 1993, contact the Federal Highway Administration. For additional copies of this video, contact TRB at the number on the screen.